we got the weight cut, which is always the funnest part. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to feel like a little bit of a zombie beforehand. And then filling myself up. So right now I'm kind of in like a neutral place. In like 12 hours, I'm going to be at the lowest. And then in another 12 hours, I'm going to be so full and so bloated that I feel sick.
And you and Cohen explained pleasantries up on stage, talking about your club and your violence. That flick a switch in your head?
UFC at the Sphere.
It hasn't flicked the switch yet. The switch flicks tomorrow morning when I'm sweating and I'm struggling, and it's kind of a bit of a struggle. That's when the switch flicks. That's when the anger comes in. There is still that little bit of anger that's been festering up throughout the week. Whenever you're making weights, you want to eat some food, but then you think you're cutting weights, and you put all that anger towards this one name in your heads, and it's nothing personal to your opponent, but it's my kind of way of dealing with grief, or whatever the word is.
And what do you make of the Tommy Brown, Michael Zerafa scuffle up on stage? I won't talk about the co-main much, but what do you make of that?
I was entertained by it. I enjoyed it. I enjoy watching conflict. It's a very, very fun thing to be a part of, especially when you're not kind of directly part of it. You're kind of just sitting back. I don't think you got under your skin. I think the Zerafa's got like leather skin.
Fight week, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling buzzed, absolutely buzzed. I think the energy leading up to this was always really good, and then today it took it to another level. I really enjoyed the open workouts yesterday. There was a lot of energy in the room there, and then today, man, they've really stepped it up. I think we've got a great card, and these matchups are fantastic too.
And you talked about the energy. Tommy Brown, Michael Zerafa, what happened there? You had to get up and separate them.
Yeah, look, Tommy turned up today and he really kicked it off, and there's bad blood building between them boys, and I thought surely they're not getting up. Nah, oh shit. And it's a fight that I'm really excited about, and I think both of them have talked their way into me wanting to even see it even more. And so I'm feeling it, I'm believing it, and then I thought there's no way we're getting an injury here at the press conference. I want to see this happen on Wednesday night.
And what did they say to each other when you were separating? I'm sure they both would have asked.
I don't know. I was still in shock. I was still in shock that I was actually up there doing it. But they were coming at each other. They absolutely want it. Tommy wants to knock him out, and Michael Zerafa, he believes that he's the best in the country. So he wants to walk through Tommy, and Tommy's saying that he's not going to let it happen. He thinks that he'll knock him out here, he'll knock him out in the car park, and he'll knock him out on Wednesday night. So it's going to be a fight to watch.
And do you think Tommy might have got under Michael's skin a little bit? Or?
I think he did. Tommy came out absolutely firing today. And he talked about that he hasn't had the attention that he deserves leading up to this. Well, he's had 8 weeks of excitement build up inside of him that he unleashed today, and I think he shocked Michael a little bit.
And Tommy said it himself, Michael hasn't actually mentioned Tommy's name until today. Do you think Michael could be already overlooking Tommy Brown?
I don't think after today. I think today he really knew that Tommy's coming for him. So whether he was overlooking him or not before, right now he definitely isn't. He's zoned in for this fight, and he'll have to be. And
do you think that fight has had some extra fire added to it now?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to make sure that we've got extra security at weigh-in, because again, I don't want anything happening before the fight. We'll have extra security to keep them boys apart, and wait till we get to Wednesday night, and then they can absolutely unleash and do whatever they want legally.
And what's your pick for fight of the night? We've got a stacked card, but
I honestly can't pick it. I'm going to throw it back out to the fighters. Make everybody fall in love with you. Put on a show. I think everybody's got the opportunity to do that, because there's some great matchups. So there's people there that are coming in as probably underdogs that I think are going to get the win, and they do it in the right fashion. They'll really steal the show.
And we'll move on to the main event. Obviously, Nikita and Cohen up there today, they exchange pleasantries with the blood, the guts, the violence, the stuff that they love. What do you think unfolds in that one?
Look, I think it's going to be an absolute war. I think both of these guys have been the most entertaining fighters in the division. Outside of Tim Tszyu, These guys always put on a show. Cohen's had a checkered past few fights, wins, losses, draws. Every time, no matter what, it's still a great fight. Every time, and he always pushes everyone to the absolute distance to get the best out of them. He's fought the best guys that are floating around in this division, and Nikita Tszyu, out of his 9-fight resume, there's nobody that matches that 9-fight resume that Nikita's got. You know, he's fought everyone from the start. So he's put his balls on the line every time, and Cohen does that every time he steps into the ring. These guys are really going to go at it, and I think it's a fight that you'll tune into, and nobody will leave disappointed.
And we're sold out for Wednesday night. Where can we buy the fights?
KO Sports and Main Event. That's the best place to watch it. Tune in. You've got the best seat in the house here. The thing I love about KO, you can watch it on your phone anywhere. I've done it a few times. Take the kids to the park, watch the fights. On a Wednesday night, you could be anywhere. You could be kicked back in the bathtub watching them even. So that's the beauty of having KO to watch the fights.
Mates, 10 days notice. What's the training been like for this on short notice?
Well, pretty much since the last 10 days we've been tapering. After the fight, I went straight back into it. Wasn't fully happy with my performance. Always want to improve. Always want to do more. So a lot of swimming. Been a bit of a water baby for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Bit of swimming, bit of running, just keep that fitness up, and boxing, just going back to the drawing board. You know, really trying to peel everything back and, you know, just see what I can do to bring the best out of me.
And obviously a super impressive performance last time out. We're going to see the same again?
I don't know. I'm in 2 different minds. I think about maybe getting in the ring and just showcasing more of my skills. I've shown my power, you know. I've shown what we can do when I let the shots go. But I can box. You know, I've had near 200 fights now where the boxing skills are there. You know, I could pick this boy off with my lead hands, and maybe I might do that.
And what was your first reaction to when Jenno gave you the call that you'd be taking this fight on short notice?
I didn't really think. I think like instinctively I just said yes straight away without even weighing it all up. I was actually still back in Perth at the time, so I was like, oh, I've actually got to book some flights over now. So I had to go on Skyscanner and check that out. Flights were very expensive getting out of Perth, so I had to push back a couple of days. But no, it was good.
And obviously you fought Michael in the amateurs down in Adelaide. What are you going to expect from him, obviously this time now in the pros?
Same as the amateurs, which is, he was a professional too, you know. We're both early on in our careers. He's 1-0, I'm 2-0, so we're both undefeated. So I know he's not going to come here to lose. He's not going to come lay down, and neither am I.
Well, Sonny, you're making your No Limit boxing promotional debut. How are you feeling ahead of this?
No, great. I'm feeling great. Camp's been great. I want to thank No Limit for the opportunity too. You know, I was just a little country kid watching these shows 8 hours away, and I packed up and moved here, and now it's all happening, yeah.
And what are we going to see from you on Wednesday night?
Fireworks, I come to fight. I definitely come to fight. It's in the name, Sonny Lights Out Night. Yeah, I pack a punch, but he brings the pressure and he comes to fight as well. So it's going to be a great fight to watch.
And obviously at the same time it's your No Limit debut and it's your pay-per-view debut.
Yeah.
How exciting is that for you?
Oh, it's great, man. Like I've grown up since a little kid watching Tim Tszyu all the time. Coming down to watch these fights, driving 8 hours to watch these fights, and then ever since, you know, laid my eyes on Tim Tszyu on these pay-per-view cards, I said to myself I'll always be on one, and now I'm on one. It's just a dream come true. It's good. You've got to make the most of it.
Back on another No Limit card. How are you feeling ahead of Wednesday night?
Yeah, feeling good. Training's been well. Yeah, my camp's been real well actually. Last two and a half months. 2 sessions a day, 6 days a week. This weight cut's been easy. Having fun, been eating whatever. But no, feeling good. Ready to go. Ready to rumble. Ready to make some noise.
And obviously you mentioned that noise. RBB going to be here on Wednesday night. How exciting is that for you?
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Yeah, I should have a good turnout. Expecting a few numbers. Yeah, very excited. Can't wait.
And obviously last time we saw you involved in a brilliant fight. Are we going to see that again, or are we going to see a bit of a more one-sided affair this time around?
Look, it could go either way. It's a puncher's chance. But yeah, I'm thinking one-sided. I'm not here to get paid for overtime. If I can get him out early, no worries. But yeah, whatever happens.
And how much do you know of your opponent?
I know a little bit. I know his record's 3-0. I know he's from Queensland. I know he's going to be tough. But you know, tough doesn't get you anywhere. You know, Yeah, that's all. That's all I really need to know. On the night, I'll work him out, suss him out, and then get him out.
Hey, making your No Limit Boxing promotional debut, first time with us. How are you feeling ahead of Wednesday?
Yeah, feeling really great. Really grateful for the opportunity to be jumping on No Limit. I think it's the right time to be on there.
And how's training camp been going?
Yeah, really good, really good. With a new team at the moment, so different things happening. I feel like a new fighter, and yeah, you guys are going to see on Wednesday night.
And how much do you know of your opponent?
I've seen her fight a couple of times. Last 2 fights were on No Limit. She really does come to fight, and that's what I like. You know, I love someone that will come in, fight, and yeah, we'll probably bring fireworks that night. Hey, maybe
we've seen some female wars, obviously with No Limit cards. Dazzy next to you, Amber Amelia, Chanel Dargan. Are we going to see you in another female all-out war?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if anyone's seen me fight previously on different cards, they know what I bring. I'm a pressure fighter, and I really love to fight, so we're going to make a good night of it.
Obviously, first time with No Limit, a bit different probably for you. How are you feeling ahead of Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. You know, it's a great card to be on, great platform. I've fought on Fox before though, so it's not really new for me. You know, it's great to be a part of the show, but I've got a job to do. That's what I'm focusing on.
And obviously Jerome standing in front of you before your IBF World Title Eliminator. What did you make of his last fight?
Yeah, I watched it. You know, as I say, like he was undefeated before that, so I reckon that was his first proper real test. You know what I mean? So he's going to be in a good test on Wednesday night too. So we'll see how he goes.
And obviously you mentioned yourself, you've got the Irish Army coming. How important and how vocal are they going to be on Wednesday nights?
Yeah, it's good. I'm the one in the ring doing the fighting though, but in saying that, I do love the buzz and the roar in the crowd. I walk out to the Irish song and stuff, so this place will be rocking on Wednesday night.
And obviously you're the fighter that's coming off on the KO streak with fast 4 fights, KOs. Obviously both of you are power punchers. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I reckon these are going to be in for a treat. You know, a lot of people are talking about his power. I think they're overlooking my power a little bit, so he'll know about it. He'll not be overlooking it when he feels the left hand.
Last fight was involved in a very good fight, knockout. How are you feeling ahead of Wednesday?
Oh, I'm feeling great, honestly. Like, I'm very excited for my fight, even though I had a few complications with my opponent. But, you know, it's no hard feelings. I got now a new target, a new goal, but it's all the same. You know, I'm here to get the win. I would potentially love to get another knockout. But we're going to see what happens Wednesday 28th.
And obviously, you mentioned yourself, disappointing the fight fell through with Amber. Obviously, everyone's got it. How are you feeling? Jumping up weight class is a big change for you on such short time.
Yeah, you know, it is a bit of a challenge, but that's what I'm here for. If I wanted to stay in one spot, then I was never going to grow. So this is a great moment for me to, you know, test my skills, you know, test the weight, see my speed, see my technique. I really feel like I'm going to outbox this girl, and then I'm just going to show her on the ring.
And obviously, you saw your opponent last time out against Chanel Dargan. How much do you know about that?
I was actually there live at the fight, so it was a great fight. I watched it and I was like, dang, this girl is tough, because Chanel hit her with some big shots, but I think my precision and my speed might be a little bit more accurate, where I could potentially stop her.
And do you hope to get in the ring with Amber Amelia later this year potentially?
Oh, for sure. You know, I've heard Amber's got a few health issues, and that might take her to the end of next year. You know, whenever the future holds the fight with me and Amber, that will be destiny. So we'll just wait and see what the world and the universe has to hold, and then maybe in the future.
And what's the goal for Jessie Farah in 2024?
2024, I just want to be undefeated, secure my next couple of fights, and get the win, potentially get those knockouts, because I want to put on a show. I want everyone to remember me, you know. I want you to see explosions in the ring, and I'm going to just put that out there.
And are you going to take the bonus on Wednesday night?
Oh, well, let's see if there's a bonus, because when there's said there's a bonus, no bonuses get pulled through. But, you know, I'm going to act like there is, and that lit a fire inside me, so let's ignite that fire again.
Would not be a Michael Zerafa press conference without a little bit of bad blood. You and Tommy almost got it on 48 hours early, got under your skin today.
No, not really. He just tried to be a hero, and I called him. You know, he's like, let's go to the car park. Let's do it right here. Why do we have to walk out to the car? Why do we have to get tired walking to the car park? Let's do it right here. And as soon as he got up, you know, I stood up and his face changed and his tail went between his legs.
I get the feeling there probably wasn't a lot of bad blood between you guys until the last couple of days. Is that fair? I mean, I spoke to him yesterday. He said the same thing up there, that he thinks you quit against Erizlandi.
He's talking about me quitting. He'll never ever see that. He's had 55 fights. He's never ever been on that level, man. You know, he's talking about fighting this guy in lightweight champion. I'm no lightweight. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get hit by a middleweight. We'll see. He'll find out real soon.
I guess the thing is with a guy like Tommy, Tommy would be looking at this fight against you like a chance to really finish his career with a bang. Do you have to be aware of him, or is this a guy that's coming up in weight, that's 9 years older than you, that really can't touch you?
I'm actually coming down in weight. I'm trying to make everything suitable for him, so there's no excuses on the night. But for me, like I said, I don't take anyone lightly. I'm going out there. I don't worry about what he's doing. I'm worrying about what I've got to do. I want to go out there and make a statement. I want to hurt him, especially after today. You know, like I said, he grew nuts overnight. For me, like I said, nothing changes. You know, the training's been unreal. I mean, I'm super fit. As you know, I'm always fit. And then I'm coming after those Zoo boys.
Well, I was just going to say, we all know that the next fight after this is Nikita Zoo at some stage later this year. Do you hope that he doesn't get upset by Cohen?
No, look, I'm a fan of Cohen, man. I like him. He's a good kid, and despite, you know, off camera, on camera, what we say and whatnot, we talk, obviously, you know, away from all this. And I think he's a huge chance for an upset. You know, like I've mentioned, he fought guys like Camilleri, who I believe is a tougher fight, better experienced, better skilled, stronger. And, he took him out twice. He's also beaten Wade Ryan, who I believe beats Nikita as well. So, I mean, the belts are there for taking. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, he's got the ability to do that.
The fact that there's also a world ranking on offer for the winner. I suppose the other side of that coin is that Tim, we know, will fight for the IBF world title against Medal Azeev. He's also number one with the WBO. That creates an interesting dilemma for the Zoo family as well. They both are going to be world ranked by the same governing bodies in the same weight division.
They get everything. How do you come off a loss and then fight for another world title? Because you're a Zoo. That's how you get it. You know, for me, it's terrible. You know, like as soon as I lost Lara, I worked my way up there, and it's like, oh no, mate, you got to rebuild now. You know what I mean? As soon as he loses, it's like, oh, you know what? Let's go chuck him in for another world title fight. They got that last time. But despite that, I wish him all the best. Like I say it all the time. Like I was in Vegas, when we're not fighting each other, I wish him all the best. I want another Aussie to win world titles. You know, we shook hands. I wanted him to bring it home. Same with Nikita. If he goes overseas and fights for a world title, I'm in his corner too. As Aussies, we're meant to get behind each other. But when we're fighting each other, you can't have two nice guys. You know, these guys are talking about eating hamburgers and swapping socks. Like, you know, what the hell's that shit? You know, like, come on, man. We're fighters.
If you guys both win your respective fights on Wednesday night, how does a fight with you and Nikita play out?
I'll knock him out. He doesn't have a chin. He's got his mum's chin.
Do you really think he doesn't have a chin? Because he has been in a couple of wars so far and has come through them.
No, he's got no chin. I'm telling you now, over his last 6, he's been rocked and dropped nearly 4 times. These guys aren't punchers, you know what I mean? Like, I took a guy 10 rounds, Creati, and first thing I said, he's got no power, you know, and I took him 10 rounds, beat him every round, convincingly. He went toe-to-toe with Creati and nearly got stopped in the 6th, and talked about how bad my performance was against him. I don't know, man.
I've got to ask you, Nick, does it burn you that people are speaking the way they are about the Lara fight?
Doesn't matter. You know, for me, it doesn't matter. This is my job. I've done this since I was a little kid, man. Like, you know, I started off in a garage. Now look, you know, all you guys here are working. You know what I mean? So I'm doing something great. I've been at the top level numerous times. I fought guys I've watched as a kid who I've idolised. You know, I've beaten champions. I've fought the best. There's not much more for me. You know, I'll give it another crack to fight another world title. That's all I can do, man. Whether you love or you hate me, you want to watch me.
Over the years, you've kind of...
No, where'd you come from? Fucking hell. Thought I smelled corn. There we go, here we go. Tell me.
Over the years, you've kind of been painted as a bad guy, and it hasn't always sat well with you, but it seems like this week you've kind of gone, fuck it.
I just don't care anymore, man. Like I said, you sit there and you, at the start, I used to read comments, and I'm like, man, these guys, if I wouldn't ask for your advice, I don't care what you got to say. If I'm needing help and I wouldn't ask you for your advice, I don't really care what you got to say. And you click on their profile, it's got follow back, they're 200 kilos, no teeth. For me, like, it doesn't really matter to me, man. Like I said, I'm living my dream. You know, these guys are getting up at 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they hate their lives. I love my life, man. I get to do what I want to do. I've been doing this for 32 years. Well, 25 years, 26 years, you know. So, man, I'm getting paid to do what I love. And, you know, I've set myself up for something better. You know, I've opened up a gym and I'm just living life, bro.
This fight, stylistically, do you think Tommy Brown's got anything for you?
Fuck Tommy Brown. Tommy Brown, who's he fought, man? He's done nothing. You know what I mean? He's sitting there, all of a sudden he's grown balls overnight. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Don't even get me worked up, because if I see him around here, I'm going to slap him. I'll take his 2 front teeth.